Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly, presented by Whiskerware Apparel, along with Doc Lang. I'm Lyle Stokes. Doc, we got a big one tonight. We're going to talk about winter blues on Wheeler.
Yes, we do, with Mr. Jody Harrison.
Absolutely. It'll be a blast.
And let me say this much. You did an excellent job at the Mississippi River Monsters, buddy.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
That ain't no joke. It was outstanding.
It's easy to do when you're having fun.
Isn't it the truth?
It really is.
And we appreciate the plugs for Catfish Weekly, too.
Yes.
Hey, no problem. No problem at all. I love you guys.
Doc, we are, what, 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks from Monsters on the Ohio.
Wait a minute. Just keep talking. I'll let you know for sure.
That's outstanding. I didn't know you'd done that with that tournament, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got to find it here on my phone. Bear with me. Okay. Monsters on the Ohio. We are 17 days, 11 hours, 57 minutes, and 26 seconds away from game day. Winter Blues on Wheeler, we're 102 days, 12 hours, 57 minutes, and 13 seconds away.
Oh, baby. I got to tell you, you know that we sold the Monster Cat, and I'm so happy that the gentleman got that. He's a military man and a really cool guy. We had a fun time out on it with him out on the water. But my other boat hadn't been running quite some time, and we've been feverishly working, trying to get it back in shape, ready to go so we could take it to Monsters on the Ohio. And, you know, last week we talked a little bit about you having issues and Jason and some other people in Bink having trouble with their wheel bearings. So we had just packed the wheel bearings and work on it before we got the Monster Cat. And I told Tony, I said, let's pull this apart and check them. Well, we spun the bearing, and sure enough, one of the new bearings, after being sitting all that time, had went bad. So we got new bearings and packed wheel bearings and all that stuff in that baby right now, ready to go again. I can't stress enough how important that is to keep from having problems out on the road, to check this stuff on these long trips.
Yeah. Yeah, it will do a number on them, but I'm always prepared. So.
Yep. And after you having the issue and having your spare hubs, we will be ordering one for my boat, and that way, in case I have an issue, even with new parts, they can go bad, then we'll just slip the hub on, and down the road we'll go, and I'll have an extra set of bearings also, because the last thing I want to do is be stranded out on the road and rely on somebody to bend me over and hose me right good for repairs on the side of the road.
Yeah, so us old guys need a lot of help.
That's right. That's right, man. I got to tell you, I can't thank my son enough. Tony come over and spent the day with me, helping me put the live well back in it and hooking up radios and, you know, all kinds of stuff. And Vince Nadowski got me the hookups on the cables to hook my 2 units together. And I guess the box will be here tomorrow, and we'll get all that stuff put together. And one day this week, we'll get to take her back to the lake, make sure she runs good and everything. And it's going to be Owensboro, Kentucky bound before you know it.
Yeah, won't be long.
Won't be long at all. Jody, welcome to Catfish Weekly. It's really exciting having you on here, because I know that you have some big news to tell us about.
Yeah, definitely do. I finally got a couple of days there to work on Winter Blues a little bit. And, you know, I've been trying to explain to everybody and apologize to everybody how my regular job is killing me right now. It's just, you know, these real jobs just get in the way of all the fun stuff.
That's exactly right.
But I did. I finally got a couple of days to spend on working on Winter Blues a little bit and come up with some really exciting stuff. And I tell you, if everything just comes together like it's looking, it's going to be a really good event.
Yes, sir. We're looking forward to it, man.
Well, I think it's going to be a good time. You know, one of the most exciting things to kind of come together immediately is that it's no longer considered Winter Blues on Wheeler presented by Official. We're very proud to announce that it is now Winter Blues on Wheeler presented by Bottom Dwellers Tackle.
Nice.
Bottom Dwellers Tackle. Good deal.
Right. David Ashby, me and him has been staying in touch, and he's been saying that he wants to get involved in it, so he has now become the title sponsor of Winter Blues on Wheeler, and he's told me some of the things he's got in mind for it, and I'll tell you, David's really going to push this thing over the top. A lot of his plans he's got with it. We don't have all of the all the details worked out, but one of the things David's going to do is he's going to take care of the Big Fish Prize. And we're going to do a $500 Big Fish Prize, but he's working out a program to where if you buy $100 worth of tackle from him between right this very minute when I just announced it and November 30th, he's going to add another $500 to it.
Nice.
Yes. So, $100 worth of tackle. Hey, everybody needs some tackle.
That's right.
It could be worth another $500. So, I think that's really cool. I mean, it's really cool he's willing to do that.
Well, and Dave's always been a great sponsor of our sport, and we're proud to have him on board for this tournament. He'll do a lot of wonderful things, and outstanding service and all that stuff is just part of what he does.
Yeah, it is. And he told me some of the stuff that I tell you, the captain's meeting we're gonna have, he's gonna have a lot of good stuff to give away for it. And he's really excited. He was talking 90 to nothing about all the stuff he wants to do and everything he wants to give away. And I told him, I said, let's get it all figured out. Let's get it all written down, and then we'll formally announce everything. But yeah, having David Ashby involved in this, on top of the $10,000 guaranteed first place we're going to do, that's $10,000 cash that one lucky team is going to walk away with. So, $10,000 cash, $500 to $1,000 for Big Fish Prize. And the biggest thing that I'm excited about, I've been working on this for a long time, trying to get this put together. Last year at Winter Blues, during the practice times, we had a 112-pound blue cat caught. I believe we had a 102-pound blue cat. I think another 98 pounds. So we got to check it into what is the state record for the state of Alabama. Yeah, the state of Alabama record for a blue cat is 120 pounds. So it looks like we're getting really close to breaking that record. And so we was able to put together a program that if you're able to break the state record on a blue cat at Winter Blues on Wheeler, you can walk away with $50,000.
Ooh.
So how about that?
That is just outstanding, Jody. I know you and I had talked about that, and we wasn't letting the cat out of the bag. That is some really big-time money for a tournament, catfish tournament. And people are really close at practice down there getting that record. I mean, 20 pounds is not that much of a stretch. If you're catching 105, 110-pound fish, 112-pound fish in practice, 100, the record is very doable. You're 8 pounds away from the state record. And wouldn't it be something if somebody could catch that 121 or whatever and not only set the state record but win Winter Blues on Wheeler and collect $50,000 on top of it?
Yeah, how awesome would that be? And the reason I went with that program was that you see a lot of stuff out there like that. And, you think, he's just putting something together that's just not doable. But this is very doable. This is something that could really happen.
Yes.
Breaking the state record, I think we were close last year. We got really close last year. So this is going to be awesome. I'll tell you, if somebody messes around and hits that, I ain't going to be able to contain my excitement up there. So you look at $50,000 for that, plus another $10,000 for winning the tournament. That's $60,000. Surely you're gonna have big fish too.
Yeah,
so that's another $1,000. So I mean, that's $61,000 that you can potentially walk away with, and that's money. That's cash money right there.
I got to tell you, Jody, if I would happen to be fortunate enough to do that, dinner will be on me, old buddy.
You think you might buy me a steak?
I'd probably buy everybody one.
Well, I'll tell you, man, I'm so excited we were able to put that together, and it'll be just so cool if it actually works out.
absolutely. When you brought that to me here a week or two ago, we was visiting about it. I got to thinking, and $50,000 is a ton of money anywhere you go or any tournament you fish. But Doc, you and I have talked about this before, and it hasn't been that long ago to where we never dreamed we would see that kind of money in catfishing.
No, that's true. Very true.
Man,
Yeah.
it's just
that's enough money there to where you can pretty much go buy whatever boat you want.
Pretty close. Yeah.
I mean,
You wouldn't have much further to go. There's a lot of quality boats that can be bought with that kind of money.
no doubt. So I mean, I tell you, I talked to a few people at Mississippi River Monsters about it. You know, just a few anglers down there, and it was funny. And I'm not going to say who he was, but I was talking to him about coming to Winter Blues. And he said, "Well, you know, I'd like to come, but I don't think I'm going to make it." Da 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 da. And I said, "Well, you know, we are doing the $10,000 guaranteed first place." He kind of turned and looked at me. He said, "Well, I probably still aren't going to be able to make it." I said, "Well, let me throw something else at you." I said, "What about $50,000 for the state record?" He turned around, looked at me, and said, "I'll be there." So, you know, I think that'll get a lot of attention, and I hope it does. You know, and it'll mean so much more if somebody actually. I mean, it would mean so much to me if somebody would hit that.
Well, like you say, as close as they was last year in pre-fishing, and not always is tournament day as good as some of the pre-fishing days, but when you're that close, when you are that close pre-fishing, at some point, somebody's going to lay that out. Dave Swearington would like to know what's the state record in Alabama, Jody.
120 pounds.
120 pounds. So, like I say, 8 pounds off from what they was catching last year. Bottom Feeders Fishing Club is watching the show while they are on the water fishing. I just had to mention that. That's pretty cool.
Good luck, guys.
Heck yeah, man. Maybe they're practicing up for that 120.
Well, I think we'll start seeing more people start practicing up there now.
Well, you know, and what's going to happen, you know, when the word gets out that there's a chance of winning $50,000, the trips to Wheeler for pre-fishing and something was going to escalate in a rapid pace.
Yep, somebody's going to be trying to start marking those fish.
Well, and you know, as much fun as it would be and as important as it would be to set that state record, it needs to be done in that tournament. It really does. So,
yeah, it definitely does. Yeah.
Jody, what can you tell us about the bait situation for Winter Blues?
Well, really, I mean, it's going to, I guess, I don't really expect it to be much different than it has been before. I mean, I think skipjack's going to be the go-to bait. It seems like that's what pulls them big ones out.
Well,
It always seem to be pretty plentiful during that time of the year too. So I don't think bait's going to be a problem.
Yep. Is someone going to supply bait down there, or is it on everybody to get their own?
I have nobody's contacted me about supplying bait.
Okay.
I know that who is the guy that we see at the tournaments doing it? I can't never remember who it is. We see him at all the big tournaments with the frozen.
Carl Morris?
Yeah. I mean, I would figure he would probably end up being there, but if anybody knows anything, you know, have them contact me. You know, definitely like to get something lined up.
Right. Well, I don't know if Carl's watching tonight. I know he does sometimes, but Carl, if you are, contact Jody Harrison and make this happen. Because there's a lot of people that come down last minute, don't have time to go out and look for bait, and that just works out so much better for everybody. And the stuff that he's got is extreme quality. I mean, it just is.
I've never heard anything bad about it. Everybody always talks real highly of him, and you know, and then whenever you see the lines standing out there waiting on it, I mean, somebody that don't have good bait isn't going to get that kind of lines waiting on it. So
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, you know, it's like I say, it's just something that when people can't get the time to get bait. I know last tournament down at Memphis, there was a friend of mine from Iowa drove down Thursday night, got there sometime Friday, made the captain's meeting, didn't get the pre-fish, didn't have bait or nothing. He got his bait and he got the fish, and you know, he was happy about that. And I'm really glad that he made the trip, because these big tournaments, everybody wants to get together and have a good time and get some fish, and that's what you have to do. So you know, it's all in fun. But if somebody can supply the bait, that'll help you, which helps all the anglers, which makes it more fun, and it just gets better and better to go.
Yeah, it does. You know, I like to say that the biggest thing about all of it that I've enjoyed the most is just the fun. You know, everybody getting together, everybody just having a good time with it. You know, that's what has made it the most fun, above and beyond everything else. I mean, I had a just absolute ball in Mississippi River Monsters this year.
Oh,
Yeah, I was really surprised. We drove in Thursday, and we had everything set up by 1 o'clock Friday, and I kept walking around going, I have forgot to do something. Something didn't get done. You know, something's going to go wrong, and it did. And then, you know, come the morning of the tournament, blast off was just flawless, and we're getting all the boats in the water was just flawless. And then got back up there to the stage, and everything was working, and I was just waiting for a catastrophe at any minute, and it did. I mean, it was, everything went great.
You know, Jody, that's 2 years in a row that tournament has went off pretty much without a hitch. Now, you got little things that happen, and I don't care where you are or what you're doing. You're going to have a few things that don't, you know, jive 100%. But overall, it's pretty good success rate the last 2 years.
Yes, it's been great. I tell you, I've been so proud to be involved in it.
Oh yeah.
We can bring this following the Winter Blues too, and you know, it's like me and George was talking, you know, before the tournament the other day, and I told him, I said, this is a really good opportunity for everybody. I said, we keep these tournaments working together, and you know, don't have people looking at it as it's competition between each other. We can keep working together, keep building the sport. It benefits the anglers in the long run. And at the end of the day, that's what all this is about. It's about taking care of our anglers that, you know, see fit to come out and fish these tournaments.
That's right.
You know, George, he was 100% agreement in it, and you know, we talked a long time about it. And, you know, we just keep working together and putting on good events, and you know, in the end, the anglers are the winners, and that's what we need to focus on. I
agree 100%. Doc, I'm going to turn over. I know you probably got some stuff you want to visit with Jody about. And let's get her going.
Well, before we do that, I've already got people saying, let's spin the wheel. So, hey, let's spin the wheel.
Well, you know what? I've got all them names loaded up in random.org. And Jody, if you would pick me a low number below 5, we'll spin that wheel and see who wins.
A low number below 5.
Yeah, it's 5 or below.
How about number 3?
Number 3. 1, 2, 3.
And I have music.
Yeah, the winner is Chad Milks. Chad's a frequent viewer on Catfish Weekly. Let me write his name down here. That way I don't forget. And we'll just get the old wheel spin. And survivor unit from Robert at Crusher Marine. So, Chad, if you will contact Robert at Crusher Marine, tell him you won a survivor unit on Catfish Weekly. He will send that right out to you. And hey, Doc, those Catfish Weekly shirts we got from Robert are pretty nice, and we do for sale. We're out of the extra larges, but they will be in this week. So if you have ordered an extra large, as soon as they come in, we will ship them and whatever else is in your order out to them. So nobody has to pay extra shipping. Just to let everybody know, they will be in a day or two. So there you go.
I had a great conversation with him at Mississippi River Monsters, and probably stood there and talked to him for probably 15, 20 minutes, and talked to him the other day on the telephone. But I tell you, I really like that product he's got.
It's outstanding.
It is. It is outstanding. And as a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to order some from him, and I'm gonna give them out to some of these guys down here. I mean, that is a really good product. I love anything that's conservation focused. Robert has got a great product, and I tell you, I told him the other day, I said, when I believe in a product, I'll do everything I can do to get it out. So I'm gonna hand out some of them down here to some of the guys I know here in Alabama, and I'd really like to see every boat around have one of them on.
Mike, I was talking earlier, my boat hadn't been running a while. It has a new survivor unit on it today. Before it ever hits the water, it's ready to go. Heath Malone, that is Doc's music, not mine. Thank you
very
much. All right, Doc.
How many boats is in the tournament right now?
I think we're right at, 68 is what I got pre-registered right now. 68, 69, something like that.
How many did you have last year?
We had 78.
So yeah.
We're almost got as many pre-registered as we had in the whole tournament last year.
Yeah, and then a little bit of incentive. You may be getting a lot more now.
I sure hope so. And it's like I keep telling everybody that there's a lot of eyes on this tournament. There's a lot of people standing on the sidelines watching this thing. Tournament catfishing in Alabama is something that, very few people know about. So there's a lot of people watching, a lot of people waiting, and we need a really big turnout for this tournament to be able to open the eyes here in Alabama and show them what this is all about. And I know I keep preaching that over and over, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of people watching this thing. So, we need a good one on this one.
So
go ahead, Doc.
It's going out of Joe Wheeler State Park. Is that the ramp?
Yes, sir. The Joe Wheeler State Park ramp is where we're going out of. Same location it's been at the previous years. Lodging down there is the lodge right there at Joe Wheeler State Park, and also the Econo Lodge. Those are the two closest places to the ramp there. Let's see. The entry fee on it's $200. Now the payout on this, the way we pay this thing out is it's a 1 in 7 payout. I'm paying one place for every 7 paid entries, and that's the way we're going to calculate it. So it's one place for every 7 paid entries. So if there was 21 boats there, 21 divided by 7, that'll be 3 places is what we'll pay. So and then I'll calculate it just all the way out. According to how many boats we end up with at the final count. And, it'll be good. There'll be a lot of money give out.
Dieter Melhorn said, "Is this a half skipjack or your screwed tournament?"
I think he's right. That's all them big old catfish know to eat there is a skipjack.
Cliff Miller's wanting to know who's doing the MC stuff for the weigh-in.
I've got Chris Jones, who is the voice of FLW Fishing. Chris Jones does all of the FLW stuff, TV, their tournaments. He's the man. He's the one that does the talking for them. And I tell you, he's really excited to come out too. When I first talked to him about it, he had that kind of funny look on his face, like everybody else has never heard about it. And then by the time I got done talking, he's told me, he said, "I wish that tournament was tomorrow. I want to see that." So we're going to have the guy from FLW there. He's going to be hanging out with us and see what we can do.
Good
I want everybody to show out.
Cad Daly wants to know, where is the captain's meeting at?
Still to be determined. It's kind of looking like it's going to be at that Rogersville Church again, but I haven't nailed that down yet. But I will announce it just as soon as possible. And probably too, I'm thinking about doing a captain's meeting a little bit earlier than what you typically see. You know, most captain's meetings don't start till 6 or 7 o'clock, and I'm probably gonna start mine probably about 5 and just try to get it done, you know, fairly quick to where everybody can get back to their rooms and start getting rested up. And so, but once I get it all worked out, I'll announce it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at what everybody's asking.
Okay. Yeah, this is a good platform to answer a lot of questions.
Well, you know, Jody, anytime you have information like that, you can contact us. If we need to do a special through the week or something, we'll be glad to do it. Cliff Miller, Skipjack would be my beta choice down there. And we can do anything we can do to help you, as we do with Monsters on the Mississippi and Monsters on the Ohio. Whatever we got to do to promote these tournaments, you just let me know, and we'll make an effort to do whatever we can to assist you any way we can.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. And, you know, that's just so awesome, having a platform such as this to be able to get it out, talk to everybody. And, you know, just 50 grand, 50 grand, 50 grand. That's what you think. 50 grand, 50 grand.
Well, Dieter Melhorn wants to know, do the tournament rules allow you to live stream during the tournament if you are fishing? And we're going to have probably 2 of the biggest live streamers down there for this thing.
Right. You mean like from your phone? Is that what he means? Like, you know, when you're on the boat, if you're competing in the tournament, live streaming.
Yeah, right.
Well, the problem with that is that
you're sharing information.
It's sharing a location is what it is. People will be able to see where you're at. You know, I'm all for, you know, social media and, you know, putting out what you're doing and everything else. But, you know, there's a fine line you got to be real careful out there. And, you know, if you're sitting there pulling up the big ones and, you know, your buddy sees that's where you're fishing at, he comes over there, you know, it could be looked at as sharing information.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, probably wouldn't be a good idea.
I promise you one thing, if I'm on Big Fish, you won't have to worry about me showing any of that on a live stream. We did a little of that at Memphis, but we wasn't catching no fish, was we, Doc?
Yeah, but now, you know, I'm gonna have a guy there live streaming the tournament. The tournament will be live streamed on my website, fishlife.net. And we're also going to have some other video guys there that's going to be recording everything. We're probably going to have a drone running during blast off and during weigh in. And if I can get them, I'm going to try to get them out there when everybody's fishing too, where we can try to get some on the water footage. And, you know, it'd be really cool if somebody could hook into a big one about the same time that drone was out there. It's really good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I've got some people that's interested in it. Helping out with that part of it. You know, my dream with this thing is that I would really like to put together almost like a little television show with it. You know, really showing what the tournament's all about, and then, you know, taking it to, you know, Sportsman's Channel or Outdoor Channel or something, and you know, have them take an interest in it also. And, you know, if they could do that, then, you know, we could just work wonders on, you know, promoting the sport and showing everybody what this is all about. I'm trying my best.
Glenn Flowers wants to know, Florida question, is it going to be cold?
Yes.
Suck it up, big boy. You can handle it.
Yeah. If anybody remembers last year, it was 38 degrees and drizzling rain at blast off. It never got above 45 all day long. It drizzled rain all day long. And then right about weigh-in started, it started raining. And the deeper into weigh-in we got, the harder it was raining. I fried a computer, and I ended up frying about $1,000 worth of electronics at that tournament. And, you know, by the time it was all over with, everybody else got to leave. Well, that's when me and my crews got to tear all that mess down.
Yeah.
And so we just had to, I mean, all we could do was just suck it up and get all that stuff tore down. My trailer smelled so bad. for months afterwards. Every time we'd open up that trailer, it smelled like something died in that thing. But you know, and I don't expect it to be any different. It'll be the same this year too. So this time I'm gonna do a little bit better job of protecting my electronics.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Well, you know, last year was the only one that Cindy and I have missed, and we missed that due to the fact that I was preparing for a new shoulder surgery and couldn't take a chance on messing it up. But we really missed being there. I got to tell you, now it's like a Christmas trip for us every year, or New Year's trip, whatever you want to call it. We've always had a blast down there when it's over New Year's. You know, I know Carl and them guys have a big party at their cabin, but our doors just stayed open and people's in and out from the time it got dark until the time that nobody could hardly stand up any longer. And we absolutely have had a blast. I don't see it being any different this year. And we, like I say, we missed last year as bad as we had. Year before, we scraped ice off of the windshield of the old Monster Cat at takeoff time. And it was a little nipply out there, to say the least.
yeah, that was my first year being involved in it. I was standing out there going, "What in the heck am I doing out here?" I told Daniel Parsons, I said, "Buddy, you better know that I love you."
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Well, usually with the bad weather comes a great bite. I mean, that's usually what happens.
It is. That's what it seems like. The worse the weather is, the better the bite.
Usually the
So,
case.
I mean, I guess if we're looking at $50,000 being on the line, I guess we're hoping for 5 foot of snow and freezing conditions.
No, I hope we don't get that.
Yeah, me too. I don't do snow very well at all. That's, you know, all you northern folks, y'all can keep all that mess up there with y'all, 'cause I don't want nothing to do with it. When it gets too cold to wear shorts, it's too cold.
We're kind of used to it.
Y'all have
Yeah. I'm used to dragging a boat in the with snow on the ground. It's not fun, but it can be done.
It's better to sit home.
I don't see how y'all do it. I'm scared to death to drive it.
No.
So, but you know, I just you know, we're going to keep working on a few other things. I got to start getting with some other people about sponsorships. At some point, I got to just take. I guess I might just take a few days off of work and just dedicate solely to other sponsorships. Because, you know, I mean, I got people calling me wanting to be involved in it, and I feel terrible because I keep putting them off. And you know, it's not that I mean anything by it. It's just I haven't had time to get to it. But I gotta get it done soon. So,
Okay. How about telling us the best places to stay? We got people asking about that.
okay, it's the lodge at Joe Wither State Park is probably going to be your nicest one. The lodge at Joe Wither State Park, they got like regular rooms in the lodge, plus they also got cabins. And you know, I mean, they're a really nice place there to stay at. And then also you have the Econo Lodge, it's just right outside the park. So those are the two closest ones that I know of. And you know, they're always the ones that sells out. So Joe Wither State Park Lodge and the Econo Lodge. The Econo Lodge is definitely going to be cheaper, but during that time of the year, Joe Wheeler should have done swaps of their winter rates, so they should be a little cheaper than normal. But if you're coming, I highly advise you to go ahead and get your reservations made soon. And no, those are really the two that I know about. I'd have to actually get over there to see what some other places are.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just getting caught up on the thing.
I had to rescue my dog from chewing lead. Definitely a chewer.
Hey, it's time to spin that wheel again.
All righty then. Let's just do that. Jody, you got another low number figured out?
Give me a number 1 this time.
Number 1.
Yep.
And the winner is Keith Smart, longtime viewer of Catfish Weekly. Registers every week. Glad that he does.
Keith's
Here's a RigRap package. Keith, if you will send me your information sometime, and tonight or tomorrow or whenever, I will get you a package from RigRap right out to you. I know that you're going to love them, as we all do. And thanks for playing the Catfish Weekly RigRap Prize game.
That was awesome how y'all were in the weigh-in line throwing all that stuff out. I thought that was so cool.
We got some really good sponsors. Glenn with RigRap and Robert. Robert actually worked really hard getting our shirts done for us. They were supposed to have been sent, and they kept saying they were supposed to be at my house, Well, they showed up Thursday before the tournament. There's no way we could get them down there. And since they didn't, when Robert left his house, he stopped by wherever the print shop was and had those shirts specifically printed up and brought them down so we would have them to toss out to the crowd, because we planned on doing that. And bless his heart for taking care of us. He done a bang-up job making sure everything. Robert works really hard to help us do what we do. And Glenn is another one. He really busted, and I spend a lot of time on the phone with both those guys. They do an outstanding job. There's some great sponsors for our show, and they both have some outstanding products. And they just help us so much. Just like Rob Clodfelder. Rob's been with us a long time. He does wonderful things with us. He got great products, and that's what it takes for us to be successful. It just works out really well for us, and we appreciate everything those guys do. And we don't tell them enough, but just like your products, they're really a great product, and until people use them, they don't realize how good of products they really are.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So
us old fishermen are kind of hard-headed, and we're set in our ways. It takes a lot to get us to try something new or try something different. So
that's exactly right.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to throw it out of a boat and hit us in the head and make us try something different. So, but I tell you, I would really like to see that become kind of a tradition at all of these big tournaments. Is the guys coming through, that has sponsors and all, is able to throw a few products out of their boats. It will be something, different, something that kind of sets our part of the sport different from what you see in other ones. And I really like to see that continue to grow, and more people get to do it. And as well as I do, the more of that can be done, the more talk goes out, the more spectators we have, and the bigger it gets.
That's exactly right. We need those spectators as bad as we need anything else.
We do. When these cities and counties and potential sponsors and everybody, when they're looking at this, the more people they see out there watching this thing, the better it looks.
That's exactly right.
I mean, I've been to other I've done other tournaments before that is actually pretty big bass tournaments and something else. And I look out on behind the camera, and there's 15, 20 people out there, and it just if that camera ever turned around, it would really mess up everybody's impression of the tournament.
That's right.
But with these, Mississippi River Monsters, they had a great bunch of spectators there, and and it's good for me too. It helps me. I can play off of them a little bit better. I got more people out there, and then you get the participation from you guys out there in the boats too, and just everybody kind of playing off each other. It just makes the tournament more fun and more entertaining.
Yeah, that's very true. I got a message from Brad Shoemate that says that Kathy Kermickle has cabins on Second Creek for rent. Not sure how many she has left. And I know that Jason is fishing the tournament with us down at Winter Blues, and he has already reserved cabins, and I think they're about out at the state park. So if you need cabins, motel rooms and stuff, from what I'm seeing, sounds to me like you need to get on down and get them called up to make sure you're going to have a place to stay, because this tournament is growing so rapidly, so fast, and getting so big that if you want to be a part of it, and everybody does, that you need to get your place to stay, because the last thing you want to be doing is driving long distances to fish all the time. And those cabins work out really well for us.
Yeah, if anybody runs across any other ones over there like that, shoot me the information too, where I can put it on the Winter Blues page. I created that little facts post up there at the top, trying to, pool all the commonly asked questions together. And, so if we get some other places to stay, if anybody knows private cabins like that, send it to me so I can put it on there, help everybody find, somewhere to stay.
Brad also sent me another message just now that says that she also has RV hookups.
All right, that'll be cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that pull their boats with RVs or campers on their trucks or something like that.
Yeah, that would be good. I need to take a ride over there. Maybe I can try to hook up with Daniel Parsons one day. Me and him need to sit and visit together a little bit anyway. And that might be a good ride. We'll just ride over there and just kind of see if we can find some other cabins and private stuff over there, and try to get it posted to the page.
Hey, Jody, Tim from Whisker Sticks Fishing left a message here on the chat. Says, I'll sponsor the event, Jody. So that's Whisker Sticks.
Who was that?
Tim from Whisker Sticks wants to be one of the sponsors. So
okay. All right. Ask him to shoot me his information on the Winter Blues page, and we'll get together. I'll maybe try to give him a call tomorrow or something.
Okay. Did you get that, Tim? See if he comes back to me in chat.
Hey, Jody, can you turn the volume down just a little bit? We're starting to get some feedback.
Let's see. I'll tell you, I need to get me one of them headsets. I see some of these other folks doing.
Hey, that's for you.
Yeah. Somebody from South Carolina. Is that a little better?
That's great.
Okay. Yeah, since that's getting where I come on here so often, I need to get me one of them fancy little headset thingies, and maybe I might sound a little better.
I have to tell you that I've bought 3 or 4 of them, and the better quality ones you get, the better off you are.
So you get what you pay for?
That's pretty much it.
Well, I tell you, I'm really excited about this thing. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. I'm going to have also that buddy of mine that was down there last year doing the barbecue. He's going to be there again this year.
Ooh, food, yes.
Yeah, so got to have food. And so he's already committed, so he'll be down there. And what do you guys think about breakfast? He was asking me, we want him to do some kind of smoked sausage or something for breakfast? We need to figure out if everybody be interested in that. He said he'd do it.
I like to eat.
Me too. All that right there just shows him what you like.
Especially when it's cold.
Yes, sir. So yeah, we need to put a poll out or something.
Absolutely.
See what we can't come up with on that. He said he'd be more willing to do it. He's a fat boy like me. He likes to eat. He knows how to cook good food. Never trust a skinny cook.
Yeah.
It says the boat ramp is 500 yards from the cabin. On that lady that he posted about, so that's pretty cool. I'm not familiar with that, but maybe we should check it out.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing this year. I rented one of them big cabins for me and my crew, and so we can just stay right down there at the cabin.
Where is that coming from?
Not sure. We didn't have it, then all of a sudden we started getting it.
Sounds like it's feedback. Sounds like it's feedback coming off somewhere.
Yeah, it's feedback. I'm just not sure where it's coming from. Jody, can you turn your volume down any more at all?
Yeah, that's what I was just doing. I was turning it down a lot more.
Okay.
That seemed to help out a little bit more.
We're still getting a little bit of it. I think we may make it through all right. But that screaming is kind of tough on us.
Okay.
Candace Pitt says, "Hey, my husband says, hold up about them skinny cooks. He can cook his butt off."
Well,
it doesn't matter to me. I like to eat, so
if anybody comes up with anything, some ideas, let me know. I'm always open to ideas to make this tournament a little better.
Absolutely, and I know that you're working really hard to get it all done, and we appreciate everything you do, Jody. It's a tough deal to put these tournaments on. People that don't do it don't realize how hard and how much work is involved in them, but it is a lot of work.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot that goes into it, and I wish I could just commit more time to it, but it's not possible right now with the company I work for. We got a bunch of big projects going on right now that we haven't typically had in the past. It's just everything kind of just came together at a bad time this year, but we'll still get it. It's going to work out. We're going to have fun, and we're going to put on a tournament. Somebody's going to win some money, and we're going to have fun.
Absolutely. It's a great place to fish.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's an absolutely wonderful place to fish. Doc, you've never been to Winter Blues, have you?
No, this will be my first time.
No. It's a blast. It really is. It's going to be different for us not being over New Year's weekend, but I think that'll be really good.
That's what helped me out because I always have to work New Year's. That's when my shop is shut down, and the mechanic. That's the only time we can do maintenance. So having a week later really helped me out.
I tell you, the general feedback that I've gotten from everybody is that, granted, I mean, we had a lot of people that wasn't happy about it, but I think the majority of the people are happy about it, from what I'm hearing. That it worked out a lot better for a lot of people of moving it, where it actually got into the next year. So,
okay, boys and girls, we have Kathy's phone number with the other cabins. It is 931-363-6371. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate that. If that'll help you out.
Yep. Yeah, we'll try to get back and get it posted on the Winter Blues page.
That'd be great. I'm trying to keep up with the Facebook messages along with the other. Well, we're really getting some squealing now.
Yeah, we're getting a ton of feedback. Jody's the only one that doesn't have it. I've got mine turned down.
Yeah, I do too. Mine's way down.
I got mine turned down real low.
Well, are you on a laptop, Jody?
Yeah, I'm on a laptop.
Yeah, that's one of the things about laptops is the speaker and the microphones are so close together. That's where you end up getting them. And they always start out good and you pick it up later on.
Well, I'll tell you, I guess probably just let y'all finish the show up. If anybody needs anything out of me, hit me on the Winter Blues page. And, I guess I've about made all my announcements that I got for now. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but that's nothing unusual.
Well, Jody, we're going to have you on again between now and Winter Blues. And we appreciate everything that you're doing. I know you're busting it really hard to make this happen. Like I told you, if there's anything we can do to help you out, just let us know.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Lyle. Thank you, Doc. And
yes, sir.
And all the viewers out there, the anglers, everybody, man. Just thank y'all so much. I mean, this is nothing without all of y'all. Know that I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna do everything I can to give you guys a good tournament.
Sounds great. We have every confidence it'll be wonderful.
All right, y'all take care. Good night.
All right, Jody. Thank you so much.
Thanks again, Jody. Appreciate it.
All right, Doc. He's really hitting it hard to make this a great tournament, and it always is. You know, it's a blast going down to Winter Blues.
Yeah, that's where the feedback was coming from.
Yeah, it's them laptops. You just about got to run a set of headphones or something on them. But
yeah, it's weird how it waited till towards the end of the show before.
If you remember, though, that's how they always do.
Yeah, I know. It's like they get warmed up.
Something, yeah. But Jody works really, really hard to make this tournament good, as Daniel did. Daniel busted it, put a lot of time in to make it work out really good. And they work together very well. And now Jody's doing it. He's doing an outstanding job. And like we was talking earlier, man, he hit a home run down at Mississippi River Monsters.
Yeah,
he really did.
Web address for the info. What is that? Wheeler Blue.
Winter Blues on Wheeler on Facebook is the only one I'm aware of.
Okay.
But Jody is still in there. So Jody, if you have just whatever contact information, if you would please put it on Catfish Weekly, on our Facebook page where these guys can find it. I think that will help get you some more information. And like I say, whatever we can do to help you, that'll be outstanding. Glenn Flowers, we got to get you on our show again. It's been a while, buddy.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it. We need to make her happen. Make it happen. Doc, I have a couple announcements I want to do.
Okay.
And one of them is a tournament this weekend put on by Bryn Timmerman. It's for a little girl, Sierra Jane, who was tragically killed in an accident. This will be a qualifying event for the Catfish Weekly National Championship. $50 per team, $10 for big fish, 75% payout. The rest of the money will go to the Sarah Jane Scholarship Fund for selected classmates in 2020. Hang on just a minute. What are you chewing on? Damn, dog. But contact Brent Timmerman at 319-759-5709. They will also have that information up on Facebook. Matt Marshall is extremely familiar with this event. Any of those guys living up in Iowa should be able to help you, and we really, really need to help them have a great event on that. It's really good. Jody says nothing on the website. All the information is on the Winter Blues on Wheeler page on Facebook. Thank you, Jody. Central Texas Catfishing Trail, October 21st on Lake Bolton. Contact Jerry Dillard for information. I think this is their first tournament as they start off their new season. Make sure you contact them. Central Missouri Cats, Caleb McDaniels and Gavin McAdams. First place, second place, Joe Bell and Gary Bell. Third place, Dustin Miller and Jason Morant. Fourth place, Brad Young and Dustin England. Fifth place, Josh Butterfield, Clifford Butterfield. Doc, we now have, let me pull this up here, over 400 people qualified for the Catfish Weekly National Championship.
400 people?
Over 400 anglers.
Wow.
We have, I'm pulling it up now, as soon as I get everything to keep rolling. 401 qualified anglers. We have 10 teams coming out of Iowa that will be finished up here really, really shortly. We have several events left to go. So it looks like we are going to make our 400 or our 200 teams a very much of a reality. This will make a huge payout for our championship coming up March 12th and 13th, or May 12th and 13th, 2018. So excited about this. I think it's going to be a great tournament. Free Veterans Catfishing Tournament in Fay, North Carolina, October 13th. You can contact Bottom Feeders Fishing. Help these guys out. They do a lot of quality stuff for people that have issues, whatever they may be. They rely solely on donations and different things, or they pay it out of their pocket. Support these people. They're doing wonderful things for the fishing community. We've had Nick on the show and some of his buddies. Get out and fish this tournament and help these guys out. That's important stuff. We need to make sure we support these guys. That's all I have, Doc.
All right. Well, I've got a 2-day fishing trip. Now here we go. Feeding back. What's going on here? Cabela's tournament. Brooke Wilbanks, Dave Shipman, first place, 142.06. Second, David Hill, Kenneth McKenzie, 141.36. Third was Steve and Lisa Douglas, 139.06. And fourth was Frank White and Aaron Priest, 128.68. Those weights were all pretty tight.
Yes, they were.
First to fourth.
Sure
Big Fish, Kristen Vitito and Samuel Cate, 54.34 pounds. Let's see. What else I got? Bruce Midkiff Memorial. First place, Tom Petrosky and Henry Neefus, 83.16 pounds. Second, Chris Nesmith and Danny Glover, 81.7 pounds. Third, Casey Tutro, Andrew Hahn, 75.2. And Big Fish for the 42.9 pound, Mike and Michael Rittenberry and Teddy Weatherford. And that's all I have, Lyle.
See this right here, Doc?
Yeah.
You know what that is?
Yeah, it looks like paracord.
No, this is a plug for a charger for a GoPro camera that
the dog got a hold of.
Just been incensed. Yeah, it has. Come here.
I don't have to worry about that. Mine, he just he just came up here and snuggled up against me. Wanted to.
Now, this is our puppy that we got a while back that was not supposed to get very big. That turned out to be quite the young lady. And if things go right, we had her spayed last week, and we'll be taking the stitches out in the next couple of days. But we plan on having her at Monsters on the Ohio. We're going to take her out in the boat. She does really well in the boat, but that's going to be a long trip. We're excited to have her down there. But we got to keep them damn cords away from her, Doc. That's all.
Yeah, she's just paying you back for getting her spaded.
I guess that's what it is. Oh man, she's a lot of fun. We had the grandkids over yesterday and time with them, but we can't be chewing up cords. We just can't do that. So we got to get that stopped. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Joys of raising a puppy. You are correct, Ethan. That is.
Oh, yeah.
And labs are the worst chewers of all. They really are.
And I had 2 of them, and neither one of them chewed. I must have gotten lucky.
I'm pretty sure I've never had one that wasn't. I think every one of them, she was chewers, you know. Now, our dachshunds, not so much, but Remington, when he was a pup, we built a new house in 92. He chewed the front door. We had French doors. He chewed one of them. He chews all Cindy's rose bushes up. I can't tell you how many tennis shoes I had to replace for kids as they was growing up and in school. Ate the seat off of my brand new lawnmower one time. I rode it for 2 years with no seat on it just because I was too mad to buy a new one. So you really got to want to have one that's like that. You really do.
That's funny.
Really not that much trouble. If I'm not doing something, I can watch her. She's not too bad. I can correct her, but
somebody said to hot source your cords.
Well, then I'd be rubbing them in my eyes all the time. That ain't gonna work.
That's funny.
How about a Doc's tip of the week?
Doc's tip of the week. Well, for a lot of you guys that use the rig wraps, which I do, and I also had the foam noodles. I use those too. But on the rig wraps, one of the problems that you can run into is trying to select the correct hook. And what I've done is I put right here with a marker, 10-aught, 8-aught, whatever it is. If I need to change it, a little bit of alcohol on there on rag, and it comes right off, and you can relabel it. I've done where I've got double hook rigs, and I'll just put a double 8, a DH there, and that'll tell me. That way I don't have to go through the box. And I mean, the box is big, it holds 30 some rigs. So, you don't want to be hunting, especially if you want to get something quick. During Mississippi River Monsters, we were lucky because we had two. Lyle had his, I had mine, and we were just grabbing them and just, and we break off, and we were back in business real quick. We had 6 rods in the water at all times. So that's Doc's tip for the night: is label your rig wrap boxes.
That's a great tip, Doc. I've been doing that since the beginning of us having rig wrap boxes. Like you say, acetone, alcohol, anything, just wipe that off, and we can relabel them if you don't want to spend them the second time. It's amazing to me, and you know this as well as I do, how fast it is to grab that box, open it, get your rig out, and tie it back on. We tore up some stuff down there in Memphis.
Yes, we did.
We lost some rigs, and we was back going right away. There was only 1 or 2 times that we actually grabbed another rod because we could get him. We could tie him up real quick, And it's an outstanding product from a great sponsor, and it's just a great way to do it, and you need to have that now. With talking about winter blues on Wheeler, I haven't talked to Jody, and actually I forgot to mention it to him, but it might be fun to have a show down there sometime when we're down there. That might be a good time.
Yeah.
It'd be a little bit of fun. We might do that, especially with the fact that Dieter Melhorn will be there.
And Luke.
And Luke Hinges.
And Luke's supposed to be there.
If we could get them two on the show with us at the same time, you and I might just have to step back and let them boys go at it. I think
I'm looking forward to meeting both of them. We talk to them all the time here on Catfish Weekly, and so I am really looking forward to putting my hand in their hand and saying, hello, it's finally good to meet you.
That's exactly right. I've watched Dieter's videos for years and years when he used to call them something else. Wily Cat Guy or something like that's what he used to call his Dieter Melhorn fishings. And I met Luke years ago at Cat's Incredible tournament up in Grand Forks, and what a fine young man he was in, and he still is. Think the world of both of them. Can't wait to meet him. Maybe we can all get together and do a little shoot down there or get in a boat or something. It would be a blast just to spend a little time with those guys because they're so great. I haven't heard if any of the other guys that do videos and stuff are going to be there or not, but it'd be a great time for everybody to get together and compare war stories. And there'll be some stories being told, and just because it's not New Year's Eve, there still may be some adult beverages shared around the old campground.
Very possible.
Yeah, very possible. What else we got to go over tonight, Doc?
I think that's about it, Lyle. This has been one of the shortest shows we've had in, 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah.
It has. What do you say we do it one more time?
Sure, let's do that one more time.
All right. Give me a number, big guy.
Let's do number 2.
1, 2. And the winner this time is Gary Bishop. on the Ohio. Gary Bishop, if you will contact Aaron Wheatley and tell him you won the prize from Monsters on the Ohio, I believe it's a hoodie. You can contact him and he will get it to you. If you're going to the tournament, you might pick it up there, but if not, he has always sent them out. So be sure and contact Aaron and tell him you won a prize on the RigRap Prize wheel on Catfish Weekly. And thanks for watching and playing the game. Very excited about this upcoming event, Monsters on the Ohio, Doc. It's always a blast. Yep. And next week, next Monday night, we will have Monsters on the Ohio's own Aaron Wheatley. We will have Jim and Sheila Sparks, if he can talk Sheila into getting on the show with us. Jim will be here. We'll find out about bait. We'll find out about everything they have in the Catfish bunker. Aaron Wheatley will have something to tell us about. He always does. If you do not have your entry in for Monsters on the Ohio, go ahead and get it done. If you don't have your motel room reserved, go to their website or their Facebook page. Get the host hotels, because there's more than one. Get this done before it's too late. Really need to get this. This needs to be a great event, and all of the big events have become great events. We just things are just moving along really well for us in the catfish industry, Doc.
Yep. So appreciate everybody listening to the show. I know the chat was really full. So and I do agree with what Dieter's saying. You know, that's if we live stream this thing, man, it would really go great. But you know, you don't want to break the rules or whatever. So,
well, I will have to do some checking and see how to do some of that stuff. I'm not really, you know, maybe him and I can visit about that one of these days. I'm not really up to speed with a lot of that kind of stuff. If I was 20 years old, I might know a lot more about it than I do now. But as it is, I am not that age today.
That's right. You're an old guy like me.
That's right. But they ain't nobody has any more fun than us.
I know. We have a good time. And we appreciate everybody that jumps in here and listens to us. Sometimes we kind of rattle on. Sometimes we got feedback and we have all kinds of issues. But that's what, you know, doing a show live. That's right. That, you know, anything can happen. Always expect the unexpected. So,
yeah, every once in a while somebody will say something they might ought not say. And normally it might be me. But it is what it is. Thanks for watching Catfish Weekly tonight. Be sure to jump in next Monday night for Aaron Wheatley and Jim Sparks. We'll see you then.
No.